Okay, welcome to this tutorial that will be useful if you need to understand how to implement some function classes in order to get the professional application and to be able to use the power of Android system in order to do interface enough complicated and very user friendly. So basically what I use in this project in Android is the class of Feather Lazarov. The reason is that is what has featured is this class practically loads a series of images and caches these images. So imagine an application showing images, and you need the user to cache to show the interface quickly. Of course, it's needed. It's out of discussion that it's needed to implement caches method to manipulate the data. That's why we have this class. We thank this programmer that created these classes in order to use very easily. Only that if you want to manipulate this class, you have to understand all the process. That it's not complicated, but in order to add some feature, you need to understand how it's implemented. The application of it gives as example as an activity, the main activity, a simple main activity Java. That is the code that manages the layout, the main layout. In REST layout we found the main view. It's a simple list view with this ID list and a simple button, of course, to see the XML, to understand. So simple, it's list view and the button that is useful to uncache, to delete the cache, to clear the cache. Well, returning to the main activity. So let us see, this activity extends an activity, so it decided to extend an activity, not a list activity. Let us see what happened in this class. Simple. We have a list view variable that is called list adapter, call it adapter. Simple. There in the creator of the activity, the function that starts when begins the activity, we pass the set content view to say this activity to use this layout, the menu that just opened some minutes ago. The list, the variable list view, is casting in a list view find view by that take from the resource of the list. So the list we saw that it's included in the XML, in the main XML. The adapter, here the lazy adapter, is a new reference, and so instance all the lazy adapter, that a class that we find there. To this lazy adapter, we see that are passed two arguments that are, let's see, sensitivity, intelligence, activity, and an array of string as parameters of in the constructor of lazy adapter. So we pass the activity self, so the main activity, and a series of URL. Basically we pass mstring, that is a simple array here that contains a series of URL images that are useful to fulfill our list view. Here, what's happened is this. If you're curious, we see what I did now. I run the activities of the project list. I will use the emulator so you will be able to look what the app is able to do. Let us wait while it starts. APK will be installed on the Echo, on the emulator. So basically you can see that it's what's happened. You see that the image with the screen are this grays area. You see that moving in the list view, the images are populated are downloaded and cached. And next time that you will see the image will be very quick for two reasons. One, because they are taken by memory cache, another memory class cache, and or from the file cache. So two ways to show the image. So imagine this application is very powerful because it's just our goal to take some elements, in this case images, from a series of URLs in an array, and to show in our layout. Let's see what's happening in the code, and step by step to understand how this code works. Allora, in this case we create an instance of LazyAdapter passing the activity and the mem string. In the list we set the adapter, this adapter, because what's happened, we say to Android system to manage the visualization of the items using this adapter, and the set adapter is very important to say Android how to show the items. So in this adapter, the lazy adapter is that does the stuff practically, to show and to set some information when the list view is appears practically. In this case I found a B button variable called B, and B is set on click listener is the listener that we should use. This listener to manage the click on the button to clear the cache. In this case here the listener, call it the listener, it's the interface, click listen, and with override we manage the event of the click on the button. Well, now that we saw this code, let us see to understand what happens in this application. Well, if we go in the res layout item, we can see that is the default image of the, and this is a simple text that we use to show some information and near the image. Let us see what it's composite linear layout that has an image view and the text view. Simple, very simple. The idea is image and it is text. So this item is useful too, is practically the item that are in this list view are used to be populated the list view. Well, well, returning in the main activity, we can see let us go to analyze how works this, how was built this lazy adapter. In this case, when on destroy the activity, we set adapter null and then destroy to call the base to clear the memory. Well, we set to go to see the lazy adapter. Open declaration. Here the file is adapter.java. Now we see what happens. Well, it's an adapter, yes. So extend the base adapter. This is of course an abstract class that we can use to manage, in this case, a list view. Well, now let us see what happens. This is the constructor, and basically this is a private variable that are fulfilled. One is the activity that we pass in the argument. That is the array URL. There is a string based array. The inflator is a layout inflator variable that we should use to inflate a layout. Image loader is a class, the type image loader that wants a context of the activity. In this case, this activity. So activity get application context. We pass the context. Well, public indent count. We pass the number of item of the adapter. Get item, return, in this case, the position, and same for get item ID when we ask the ID. Now, this is the most important function in the class in the lazy adapter, because it's an override, of course. It's a class, it's a method that return a view. In this case, it's generic view containing all the items that are taken from the layout item. Practically explain the concept. Returning in this tutorial. While the system show any item, basically what's happens that any item the system goes in this function and asks this function to return a view that will be basically shown inside the list view. So what's happened in this case? If the view convert view is passed as argument, if the view is empty, we use the inflator the layout inflator to inflate the layout item. This is useful to fulfill this view. Now we find in this view the text and the image. In fact, you remember that in the main was the item was an ID text and image, and we use a set text to set some text, in this case to set this number. And the most important that does this stuff is the image loader, display image. We pass to this function in the image loader class, we pass the data position, the URL and a variable image. This is the image that we got here. So the reference to the image inside the item layout. We pass this, and this function automatically simply will fulfill this variable. This variable will be fulfill image view, and so will be possible to show the image. In fact, it's a bitmap, so basically that is got by the memory cache class is another cache. If this bitmap from the memory cache is not empty, we set image bitmap from this variable returned by memory cache. Otherwise, we could use a function to queue, of course, this image in the cache, and after we set this the image in the we set the stub id, that is generic drawable stub. It's simple image, default image. This is default image. In fact, if we go in the emulator, we see this stub like here. So basically this the function display image does this, and